Hey everyone, today is Tuesday, July 22nd. I'm coming to you with my Flosstube number, I don't even know, early teens I think. But thank you so much for joining me. I already can't remember if I said my name is Joy or not. But here I am, and let's just jump right into it. Let's see here. I left Emerald City downstairs. I need to go get Emerald City, but I will introduce my whip go, my first whip go, and then my focus piece, and then I'll show you Emerald City after I spin the wheel. So here is my whip go piece for July. This is Korok by, I believe it's Nerdy Patterns. Here is what it's going to look like. I did change the colors a little bit because I'm making two of these, one for my husband, one for his friend. And so I am doing this one on this, I believe this is Sarah, I think, 32 count linen by Grace Notes. And this is the recolor. I will do the other one in the original color. But I'm having so much fun stitching this one. This was so much fun, and it's so quick. It goes by so quickly. I did all this fill-in last week, so super excited for this. So I'm going to continue working on this one. I usually work on this one first. This is usually the first one I pick up, so I don't usually work on it later in the week. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm just always so, after I finish filming the intro, I'm always so excited to get back to it after pulling it out again. That's my dog. So there's that one. Next, I'm working on Catherine Stitch's birthday SAL. This is Birthday Cake by Carolyn Manning. Here is what it's gonna look like. I did crop it. This is the cropped image. And here is where I'm at. So I'm working this way. I work down a little bit so that I can complete the diamonds down here. But right now I'm going that way. I do have a little mistake. I think it's in here. You can sort of see it. See how that's kind of off by half a square. So I'm kind of having to fudge it. I'm not gonna frog it. So I'm fudging that. But yeah, I want to see how far over it's gonna go. So, and get a little more variation in, other than the same blue. That's also basically the same color as the fabric. I need something more. And I know there's more because there are colors in here that I have not used yet. So, all right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel for my Stitch 60. Stitch 60 is a little challenge I made for myself where I have all my whips on my wheel, and because I want to get some progress on everything, I've been, I made a copy of my whip wheel, and I spin the wheel and then I work on that project for an hour and then put it back and take it off the wheel, so that I can touch every single thing. So let's spin. Last week I got 2 Cottage of the months, which were my 12 Days of Flossmas projects. Oh, my castle Gorka, yay. Okay, let's write that down. Okay, number 2. I think 3 is kind of my sweet spot. 2 might be better because I did not work on Emerald City last week, but I guess start the Zimmerman coverlet. I'm stitching this twice. You'll see that it says Mom and Laura on there. Stitching it for my mom and my sister, different colors of each. So I will start the one for my mom. And I will tell you why this is relevant later when I pull it. And then last one. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, hey, and my joy sampler, and I forgot to take those off to make the wheel more. Okay, anyway, let me grab those and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I want to show you guys Emerald City. I'm going to pop in a picture right here because the picture I have is a bit cropped. I did not work on this one last week, but so you guys know that I did a center start, and if I can find the center without unwrapping this too much. Ah, there it is. It's kind of hard to see. So I started with the center start, but I decided I don't like doing that because then you get the lines between pages, and so I wanted to do a upper left hand start. So here is where I'm at. This thing is huge. It's over 600,000 stitches. This is Emerald City by Xana Cross Stitch. Yeah, Xana Cross Stitch. Yeah. So here is where I started. So I was filling in some black, and then I got the page break and I realized, oh, the pattern didn't import properly. So so I got the overlap, which is fine, but yeah, so I need to do some finagling and see if maybe I can highlight the symbols on the page overlap, so that they'll show up. So I need to like go through and assign those symbols and stuff. Hopefully I can do that. Otherwise I just have to pay very close attention on the overlap. I was gonna just fill in the overlap, but then I realized, no, it's the same thing. You get the page breaks. So I'm just gonna keep going with 310 and work my way through. So yeah, so I guess I didn't need to have that open so far. There we go. So this one is gonna take me years to do. But, and then I have a little perked thread, which is some of this purple that was in here. So, and then, I gotta remember, I'm trying not to jabber on so much. Okay, so my stitch 60s, the first one is what I'm calling my joy sampler. This is actually called Down in the Valley by Annie Beez Folk Art. It's gorgeous. And sorry if you hear my fan squeaking. It is so hot up here that I was trying to film without having the fan on, and it was just, I'm sitting right next to the window. It's just too hot. So we need new windows. Don't tell the solicitors that keep coming through trying to sell us windows that I said that we need new windows, but we do. So anyway, so I did a center start. This is 1/1 in this lettering. Everything else is 2/2, I think. Hold on. Look. I am using all the called for colors. It's a mix of DMC, classic Colorworks, weak dye works. That's it. I'm doing this on a 32 count orchid. I think it's by Zweigart. And this is all I have so far. So I've done nothing on this. This was my 2024 birthday start. So I am stealing an idea from the Colorado cross stitcher. She said that whenever she does a sampler, she looks at it, decides who the sampler reminds her of, in I believe her family. I don't know if she does it for friends. And then she stitches, I think their initials into it. So I decided to take that, and I'm going to do some samplers for various members of my family, stitch in their names, date of birth, date of death if applicable. And so like I already know that I'm going to do, oh, what's the one by the blue flower that everybody was doing with the yellow house on it? It's a flower, and I know it's not honeysuckle. I think it's Blackberry Farm. I thought it was more of a flower though. I don't remember, but I'm gonna do that one for my maternal grandfather, because the house in there reminded me of the house that he built. So I'm going to recolor the house, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to start with one for myself. So I'm doing this one, and that's as far as I've gotten on it. So I'm not really like a big sampler person, but I'm gonna do this because I love the idea. All right, and this shade of purple is my favorite. So, okay, so this one is the Zimmerman Coverlet by Modern Folk Embroidery. And you know what, I just realized that I don't have that. Let me put you on pause. Okay, here it is. Nice thing about filming in my craft room is I just have to walk over there and pull it out. So this is the Zimmerman Coverlet by Modern Folk Embroidery. The story behind this one is that he saw a quilt, I believe, from some family in Canada, and the family name was Zimmerman. Well, guess what my maiden name is? Zimmerman. So I am doing this for my mom and my sister. The thing about this one, I don't know if all Modern Folk embroideries are like this. This is my first, but he just gives you the pattern from, like, he breaks it in half here, I believe, and he just gives you that. You just repeat it as many times as you want. I think I'm going to do the full 3 because I like the way that looks. And so the one I spun was for my mom. So I'm just going to show you the ones I picked out for her. This is a 32 count gray Belfast linen by, I don't know anymore. It's probably Zweigart. I don't remember. If it's something other than Zweigart, I'll put that in here. And then I'm using Havenwood by Dyeing for Cross Stitch. So these colors reminded me of my mom. She loves pale blue, and this kind of blue just goes so well with brown. So I'm gonna do that for her. I kind of like the colors I picked for my sister better, but I think this is gonna work. This is gonna be my first time stitching with something that is so starkly variegated. So I'm excited for this. So yay! Yay, 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 yay. Okay, and I'm excited for that floss. I mean, I've had my eye on these Dyeing for Cross Stitch flosses for so long. And then my last one is what I'm calling Castle Gorka. This is one that, so this is number 2 in the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings. It's just called Castle. So I've been with these Cottage Garden sampling ones. I really want to to stitch the entire series in order, but I want to finish one before I go on to the other. Well, I was reading the book Poland by James Michener, and it's all centered around this one castle called Castle Gorka. If you don't know Michener, he writes these epic novels that take place, most of them take place over generations, usually centered in the same place, same house, you know, same area, you know, whatever. So this one takes place in Poland, and the entire time I'm reading about this castle, I just keep thinking about this castle, and so I'm calling this one my Castle Gorka. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count feldspar Belfast linen by Pictures Plus. And okay, like first of all, look at how gorgeous this fabric is. Gorgeous. But here is where I'm at. So I started in the upper left hand corner there. And here's where I'm at. So not super far, but I get to work on it again. See, this is the thing, like we buy these patterns and we start them, and you know, we just keep going, keep starting new stuff. And then we have these whips sitting around that we absolutely love and want to work on, but we just have so much going on that they tend to fall by the wayside, which is one of the reasons why I want to start doing it this way. So that I can pull out these gorgeous patterns that I've been longing to work on. So those are my plans for the week. There's no, like the 20th of the month, I work on my lady picture, one of my dog. The 4th of the month, I work on signing of the Constitution by Heaven and Earth Designs, which ironically I did not work on it on July 4th because I just had so much going on that day. But anyway, I will be back when I have an update for you. Guys, I just had the most amazing idea. So I stitched downstairs, but my craft room is upstairs, and I've been wanting an excuse to use this bag. I don't want to put like groceries in it. I got this bag in Germany. They have poppies all over the place. Poppies grow there like sunflowers grow here. Absolutely gorgeous. Went in May when they first started blooming. And I also have these, oh, I just realized I have a wedding present in here for a wedding that's not gonna happen. Well, I'll give it to her anyway. But I went into the store and they had all these bags here, but then they also have all these doilies. Look how pretty that is. So I got some to keep, some to give away. They're €3. Look at that. I don't know if they were handmade or machine made or what, but they're beautiful. I got 2 of the poppy ones. But yes, I need to figure out what I want to do with these because they're so gorgeous. But I can use this to transport my projects up and downstairs. So excited about that. Yay! Okie dokie, hello. It has been a minute. It is Friday, August 1st today. So I have about 2 weeks worth of stitching to catch up on. So I'm just gonna do my end of the month wrap up, and kind of show you guys where I'm at. Like, I have absolutely no idea where I ended the last one. I think I just showed you what I was working on, or going to be working on for the week. So I'm gonna start with Whipco. Korok, here is where I started the well, you know what, here's where I started this week. And this was a start for the month. So I didn't come into the month with this started at all. And I finished it. So this is the first one. I'm going to stitch a second one. I'm going to keep the other one out because I really want to get these done soon. And I want to get, I want to get them both FFO'd. So I absolutely love him, and he was so much fun to stitch. So yeah, you found me. So I think he's absolutely adorable. I'm so pleased with how he turned out. And I still have so much more of this fabric that I can use. So excited about that too. All right. Then I have a notification, and hopefully, okay. There's an email from 123 Stitch, of course, saying, hey, you just bought something. Please review your items. I'm like, I do need to review them. It's hard though when it's just like Easy Count Lugana. It's like, how often am I supposed to review this? All right. Next was my Emerald City. Sorry, I have everything in my bag. So I need to pull it out. All right. So here is where I started the month. You guys know that I started this as a center start. Why did I fold this like this? It's like I have to completely unfold it to get where I want to go. Okay. So this is where I started the month, in the middle here. Here is where I started the week. And here is where I ended up. I just took that 310 and was going across that first page. So I figured out that I can highlight symbols in the grayed out area and mark up an RXP. So I was going through and doing that. So yeah, so here is where I'm at. I got, hold on, I can tell you in a second how many stitches I did this month. I don't feel like I got a ton of time to work on this, but I was able to get what I felt to be some good progress. So yeah, so we'll get this all folded up. I mean, look how big this piece of fabric is, and this is going to take up most of the fabric. Ooh, did you see me almost whack my face with that? But yeah, I'm just like, I'm actually seriously pleased with that. So I am at 0.69% finished with it. My estimated completion date is December 13th, 2043. So we'll just keep on trucking. So for the month of July, I only got 281 stitches on it, which I thought that I had more, but I mean, you know, I mean, I've made progress with other stuff, and considering the month I've had, with, you know, my sleep being messed up and everything, that's actually not bad at all. So I feel good about what I got done. All right. guys, okay, so you know, project bags, I know you guys use these project bags too. I was at Michael's yesterday, and their fabric is right next to the needle art department, and ew, what is that? I have to vacuum in here. It's just, they have the cutest Disney fabric. Oh my goodness. I've been wanting to make project bags, and that just kind of like, that just kind of sealed the deal. I was like, okay, I've got to go get this Disney fabric and make project bags. They have most of the princesses. They also have Mulan. You guys, Mulan is not a Disney princess. I'm sorry. She is not related to royalty. She's not royalty. She did not marry royalty. She's not a Disney princess. She's awesome, don't get me wrong, but she's not a Disney princess. Neither is Tinkerbell. Sorry, hot take. Oh, speaking of Disney princesses, I got a new shirt. Let's see if I can. Just pay no attention to King Triton's weirdo eyes. But I had you propped up all nicely, and I just screwed it up. I got it on Temu. I got tired of the clothes I had, and I saw a bunch of cute shirts on Temu, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I don't know that I'll ever buy anything on Temu again, because each one of those shops charges a separate shipping rate. So this shirt was like $8 or something like that, and I still had to pay like $3 shipping, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things is not that much, but yeah, it just kind of took me by surprise. And then they do this thing, if you've never used it, where they try to get you to buy more stuff. So they say, oh, hey, you're getting like 5 free items, and then you, I don't know, whatever. Well, so, I don't know what happened. I don't know what I clicked, but it checked out, and I bought some stuff that I'd added to my cart, and I was like, so, I mean, it was only like $30. So I didn't cancel it. It was stuff I wanted anyway, but I was just like, but anyway, so, okay, so those were my whip goes. So my Stitch 60, the first one I worked on, you know what? No, I'm going to show you a birthday cake first. So, as a reminder, this is what birthday cake is going to look like. Here is where I started the week, and here's where I'm ending the week. So I came in and I did that in there. I can't remember if I did these or not, but I know that I did the blues. I don't think I did the orange. I think I did that the week before, but it's coming along. It's coming along. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna make this a focus instead of having a target finish date. Makes it more enjoyable. Okay, Stitch 60. This was a start from the wheel. So this is the Zimmerman coverlet. This is what it's gonna look like. I'm doing one for my mom and one for my sister. And I spun my mom's, and I loved working on this. Like, it was so much fun that I'm gonna have to pull this out again. But here's where I got to. I have no idea how many stitches this is. I don't count stitches if they're on a paper pattern, really. But yeah, I love this floss. It's variegated. It doesn't look variegated. The way that I stitched it, like, it looks rather, it looks like I changed colors. but no, so yeah, I love it. And this floss is fun to stitch with, except I have a knot in it now, but you know what? It's future Joy's problem. All right. So then I also did my Joy sampler. It's actually called Down in the Valley. Here's what it's gonna look like. Here is where I started. And here is what I got done. So I had, I believe, the word heaven done or almost done. And so I finished it and then came back over here. This is a different page. I came back over here to finish the line. So love this color fabric. It's more purple than it's showing up on camera. But I had a few, look at that A there. Isn't that interesting? I had a few more minutes to go on this when I finished Angels, and I thought about going up, but then I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna leave that for next time. That way, you know, I can do the right amount of counting, and you know, I was just like, I didn't want to mess with it. So all right. And then my Castle Gorka, number 2 in the Fabulous House series, Castle. I'm calling it Castle Gorka. This is where I started. And here's where I'm at. So I came up here, worked on the little flourish thing, whatever you want to call it. So not a ton done on that, but I got some good work on it. So that was all my stitching for the week. I have some haul. The one that I'm super excited about that I wanted to tell you about was I'm going to host a start along, and we are going to do the Wellerman by, I believe it's Wombat Stitching. I will link the pattern below. It's on Etsy. And so I found this one and I've been wanting to stitch it, and I decided, you know what, let's just do it. And it's such a fun pattern that I was like, you know what, I would love it if people could join me in starting this. So I apologize, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to be stitching mine on a 40 count Gothic Newcastle linen by Pictures Plus. And it only calls for 4 colors. So the mock-up is kind of blah looking. So I wanted something that like just screamed like seafarer. So I'm going to, I love using neutrals on a bright cloth, so I'm going to be using these. These are Thundercloud. These are all classic Colourworks Thundercloud. Shabby Sheep. Mariner's Compass. That one's a nice variegated one. And then Antique Lace. So I think those look so gorgeous. So if you would love to join me in starting this, I would love it too. I also want to, I'm going to make up a list of movies to watch, music to listen to, or audiobooks to listen to while we're working on this. just something fun to kind of get you in the mood. It'll all be nautical themed, not necessarily pirate themed, because the Wellerman is about whaling, and it's about New Zealand whalers. So I'll have a whole story on the Wellerman, and then I'll have a list. I'll link a Google Doc with, you know, we'll have movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, of course, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I found some podcasts about not just broadly nautical themes, but also specifically some whaling ones, and even one or two about the Wellerman. So super excited about that. I would love it if you would start that with me. Use the hashtag Wellerman SAL, and we'll get going on this on August 15th. So give you enough time to gather supplies and stuff, you know, and of course you can start it whenever. It doesn't matter. I would just love to buddy stitch this with someone. So that one is that. I got so I was on Facebook, and I've had this one Facebook ad that has been targeting me like crazy, and it's for Arcane Fiberworks. I think Arcane Fiberworks. Hold on. Yeah, Arcane Fiberworks. And I don't know if, what's the guy's name? Tyler? Tom? Trevor? Something. Hold on, does it say? No, I don't remember. So it seems like he takes these, you know, those pictures that people pull color palettes from. Looks like he dyes based on those, and they are so beautiful. I love them so much. So I was like, you know what, forget it. I've been wanting to knit. I did get, so the vanilla sock pattern I've been wanting to try, but I need to, you know, get into knitting a little more before I start that. But I've been crocheting for a long time, so I found some crochet patterns on Etsy, and so I'm going to try crocheting a sock. I also found this app called Yarn Pal, which teaches you how to do certain stitches. You can also upload the pattern to Yarn Pal, and it'll analyze it and show you how to do any stitches that you may not know how to do. So yeah, but anyway, Arcane Fiberworks has this mystery colorway, I think is what they called it, where they send you out a mystery color once a month. So I signed up for that. You can just buy it one-off, or you can do like a subscription. So I signed up for this subscription, and I just want to start crocheting socks. So if you're part of the it's not a club, but I'm gonna call it a club. If you're part of the club, don't want to see what the mystery color is, look away right now. I'll put a little timestamp down to skip to. But okay, ready? Are we good now? Okay. But here is the color for this month. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Siren Song. I got the fingering weight. You can get, like, I think it's worsted weight, and I can't remember if they have bulky or not. But since I'm gonna do songs, I wanted the fingering weight. So the sock pattern that I found calls for a size 2.75 hook, and then you switch over to, I believe, a 4mm hook for, I don't know, whatever part of the pattern it is. So we'll see how that goes. But I didn't want to use my fancy yarn right away. I needed one to practice on. So in my Temu shopping, I found this. And so this came in a pack of 3 for $10. It's, you know, wool yarn, same thing. Yeah, like a fingering weight, gorgeous colors. So I'm gonna practice with this, and then once I feel comfortable, I'll get my nice yarn out. I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for your support. I love you all so much. I love chatting stitching. You know, I love showing you what I've got going on. You know, let me know how your summer has been, or if you're in the winter, or in the winter hemisphere, the southern hemisphere where it's winter. How's your winter going? I know of some people who are in the southern hemisphere right now, and having kind of a rough winter, but just like not, I haven't heard anything weather-wise. They're just, you know, life's kind of rough over this winter. So I'm having a fantastic summer. I love summer so much. And so I'm rather enjoying the heat. I tried spraying for weeds in my driveway because they're kind of getting out of control. And they only half died, so I need to go spray again. And oh, have I told you about my war with spiders? I'm having to take it up a notch because we've been finding some pretty big spiders. We set off bug bombs, but the big spiders are still getting through. So I bought some stuff to spray around the house. I bought a can of Hot Shot so I can get the egg sacs. I usually spray those down with a hose, but like, you know, I'm gonna spray them and then spray them with a hose and knock them down. So yeah, I've got to get out. It's kind of overcast today, so I'm kind of thinking it might be a little cooler. So maybe this afternoon I'll go out and start my bug massacre, but I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know how your summer is going. If you do any seasonal stitching, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to hear that. I can't do seasonal stitching. I don't know what it is. I love, you know, in the winter, I will look at summer patterns and be like, oh, no, I don't like that. And then I look at the same pattern in the summer and I absolutely love it. But, you know, same thing with summer. You know, I look at Christmas patterns, I'm like, no, I cannot think about that right now. But if you can do that, amazing for you. I'm kind of having to do that with my Stitch 60, but I don't do that of my own free will. So anyway, love you guys. I will see you in the next one.